What's up, world? This is Salim with Flip for Figs, and welcome to episode 4 in my figure matchup series. Today, we'll be comparing Princess Leia from Star Wars A New Hope against Wicket, the Ewok from Star Wars Return of the Jedi. We'll be comparing sculpt and detail, accessories, and overall value for the money to see which figure comes out on top. Stay tuned to the end of this video to see who next week's figure matchup will be.
Flip for Figs.
When I flip, you flip, we flip.
All right, in terms of the sculpt, it really does look like Carrie Fisher from A New Hope. Even though it's an older release, I feel like they captured the likeness really well. But the outfit is really where this figure struggles. It just feels very light and cheap. I mean, she was the princess of Alderaan, and Alderaan is a nice place, I'm assuming. I don't know if we ever actually saw Alderaan, but Bail Organa was from there, and he's a fancy dude. And so it's so thin that you can kind of see this little like under piece here. Um, I don't know. I just feel like it's extremely cheap, and it was the first Hot Toys figure that I got that actually felt like a kind of more of like a Barbie doll or something like that, which is disappointing because it's still retailed for around $200. And the accessories are already light, so I feel like they could have gone all out with the outfit. I mean, the belt is nice and it's held up nice over time, but the dress is just so thin that you can kind of see that underskirt underneath it, and the hood's nice and the boots are pretty cool too. But other than that, I mean, this outfit needs to, like, this is a figure that's definitely due for a 2.0. And normally, I've always felt like if it's a figure I already have, I won't buy the 2.0 version. With this figure, I definitely would get the 2.0 version just because like I said, the head sculpt is great, but the outfit is really holding it back. All right, in terms of sculpt, this thing is super cute. It's a little teddy bear, which is exactly what Ewoks are. It's super fluffy. The fur feels really nice. It feels a lot softer and nicer than the Chewbacca fur. And it's got some articulation there, not crazy articulation, but it is, double jointed at the knee and whatnot. And yeah, his face looks really cute, very screen accurate. It looks like the color is a little bit darker than it is on the box, as you can see behind me. So I don't know if that's screen accurate. I think I heard that the colors maybe are not as screen accurate, but it's a cute little teddy bear, and it's kind of nice in a sea of troopers and Jedi to have this little Ewok there. I still think it's pretty funny for anybody who scoffed at the prequels for being a little too quirky and offbeat, because if you watch Return of the Jedi, all of Lucas's quirks were there, and the Ewoks are a testament to that. But detail-wise, it looks really great, as it should. I think non-human characters, Hot Toys has no excuse to not get them perfectly right, and this one is just so soft and cute, and I love it. Alrighty, folks. So in terms of Wicket, for this accessories discussion, I'm only going to show you the accessories that come with Wicket if you were to purchase them separately. Now, this box is actually the 2-pack deluxe with Leia, and the reason that I'm not showing all of the accessories is because for this figure matchup series, the way I've decided to do multi-packs and 2-packs is if the figures that I have were available separately, then I listed each one on my wheel as a separate figure. Now, if there are figures that only come as a set, like the Jawa and Gonk droid, or the R5D4 pit droid and BD set from the Book of Boba Fett, then I consider those one set. But if it's something like Leia and Wicket, or like Snow Troopers or Stormtroopers, or any other 2-pack like Han and Chewie where they're separate figures, then I'm gonna just show what would come with each individual figure if you bought them separately. And that actually really surprised me, because I assumed that Wicket came with the majority of the accessories that came in this box, like the Stormtrooper helmet as well as the Death Star Trooper helmet. But I was actually incorrect about that. If you buy Wicket by himself, he just comes with the spear, the Endor themed display base, one of these little bush kind of accessories, and then a few interchangeable hands. And so that was actually surprising to me, because if you don't get this deluxe, then you miss out on that dirty Stormtrooper helmet as well as that Death Star Trooper helmet. And those are really great accessories. So even though this is not a review per se, if you are looking to pick up Wicket, I highly encourage you to get him with the Leia 2-pack, because if you get those pieces separately, you will get like these kind of display based accessories, but you won't get the Stormtrooper helmet or the Death Star Trooper helmet. You do get the drums with Wicket, which is interesting because those drums are meant to bang on the helmet. So I don't know why they didn't include the helmet with the standard Wicket. But yeah, accessories wise, it is pretty light. I mean, it's a smaller figure and it retailed for less than a normal Hot Toys, as it should, because it's a lot smaller. But even so, at $200, it feels a little bit light that you only get, a few of these extra hand pieces. One of the hands is holding this thing that looks like popcorn, but I know it's not popcorn. I'm not sure what it is. His spear is nicely detailed. But accessories wise, pretty light with this offering. So I encourage you to spend a little bit more and get the Leia and Wicket 2-pack if you are planning to pick up this figure. All right, now with A New Hope Princess Leia, this is everything you're going to get in the box. Literally everything you're going to get in the box. You get 3 hands, the Stormtrooper style blaster, and then her own, Alderaan kind of princess gun. I don't know the name of it exactly. The crotch grapper that I'm using right here is actually from another older Star Wars figure, because the one that comes with Princess Leia is the kind that's like it's like a waist clamp and it's black, and so it just kind of really ruins the look of her all white outfit if you have that on there. But yeah, it doesn't come with much, which is interesting because older Hot Toys figures really did come, I feel like, with more accessories, generally speaking, like, Farm Boy Luke as well as Han Solo. They came with like those Stormtrooper belts and extra guns, which they really didn't need to come to. And so I figure with Leia, they could have included maybe like a hologram or an R2D2 something accessory or something, anything, literally anything at all. But came with really light, and it's lucky this is her most iconic look, because otherwise it would really be hard to kind of justify picking this figure up if you're looking at it from an accessories perspective. Alrighty, so in terms of value for the money, to be honest, neither of them are a great value, even at retail or now, because they've both gone up in price. Now, the value of the Wicket is a little bit stronger if you're getting the 2-pack with Princess Leia, because you get, like I said, the Stormtrooper helmet, you're getting 2 figures. Leia comes with a lot of accessories as well. So it's a lot easier to swallow paying around $400 or $500 for that 2-pack, because you're getting so much, and Wicket's kind of a bonus in that one. But if you're just getting Wicket by himself, I know that he currently retails for between not retails, but he's currently available for around $250 to $300 on the aftermarket, and he originally retailed for $200. Now that's before shipping and taxes and everything, so around $250 actually. And to be honest, considering that he comes with the drums but not the Stormtrooper helmet in the standard release, I think that's ridiculous. If he came with both helmets as well as the other display base that has kind of the tree trunk piece that you can put the helmet on, then I think it would have been a better value. But to come with as little things as he did, it's just, that seems a little ridiculous to me. And then Princess Leia, you're giving us the most iconic Leia there is. I mean, when people think of Princess Leia, they think of this look with the Leia buns. And she too only came with 3 extra hands, not 4, but 3. And, that Stormtrooper gun, but no other accessories either. And she also retailed for around 200 something when she came out. And now you're looking at paying around $350 to $400. Now, so neither of them are a great value. Now, in terms of if you're a Star Wars collector, I feel like you're going to have an easier time swallowing the price for Princess Leia, because this is her most iconic look. Star Wars A New Hope is what introduced us to Star Wars. Very iconic movie. And, even if you only have a handful of figures from A New Hope, when you think of Star Wars A New Hope, you picture Princess Leia in this outfit. I mean, Darth Vader and all those other characters, they're in other movies and everything, but this look of Leia, this is when we met her most iconic look, escaping from the Death Star. So even though neither of them are a great value for the money, I think both at retail price and aftermarket, it's a little easier to swallow paying money for this figure versus this one. Now, if you're getting Wicket with the Leia 2-pack, which is what I did, then I would feel like this has the stronger value because you're getting it with the rest of the set, and you could probably pay around 500 for this one brand new, and with this Leia set, and or around 400 to 500 for this one. So then in that case, this would be the stronger value for the money. But if we're just talking about this as a standalone figure, which we are, then I got to give value for the money to Princess Leia. All right, so let's talk results, because this is an interesting one, and I'm a little bit torn because technically Wicket wins accessories, because even when you're getting him by himself, he does come with the drums, the nice spear, the Endor themed display base with this extra little piece that you can really use to kind of flesh out your Endor lush environment. With Princess Leia, her accessories are just too minimal, so there's no way she was winning accessories. So Wicket gets accessories even as a standalone figure. In terms of sculpt and detail, again, the Princess Leia face sculpt is great, but the problem is that the detail on the dress is just not there. It's very thin, cheap material, not what we've come to expect from Hot Toys, and not even what Hot Toys exhibited back then. I feel like other figures that came out around the time of this one had much better materials. This figure, I know they were trying to go with like a light, flowy dress, but I feel like it should have been a thicker material. You can see the underskirt there, and it's kind of weird. It's like an asymmetrical underskirt. I don't really understand that. I think it was just to prevent her crotch from being seen underneath the figure, but it's like, why not just make the figure, the dress material thicker? So in terms of sculpt and detail, even though human characters usually take that category, I gotta go with Wicket because, the fur is great, the outfit's great. Granted, it's a newer figure, but it just looks really wonderful to me, and obviously it's very accurate, which it should be because it's a non-human character. So with Wicket, you're getting sculpt and detail. Now, value for the money, you're getting Princess Leia, and that's only because this is her most iconic look. It's the only Princess Leia figure we have in this look, and so I feel like it's integral to any Star Wars collection. So with that said, results wise, Wicket is the winner because he got accessories as well as sculpt and detail. Princess Leia got value for the money, and even that one was a toss-up. So Wicket is the winner here.
On next week's episode of Figure Matchup.
When I flip, you flip, we flip.